How is everybody doing? It's good to see you again. It's good to be back. 2 videos in 2 weeks. I know. God, it never happens. It's normally like 6 months between different videos. Anyway, here we are again doing another video about some cars. Again, these cars were for RevComps, a raffle company in the UK, who raffle cars, motorbikes, gadgets, phones, everything, holidays, I don't know, watches. This video was created for them. There was 3 Lamborghini Uruses that went up for raffle on one draw. We did a behind the scenes video of it because we were going to Cheddar Gorge, which is a stunning place in the UK, in Somerset. So we're in South Devon, which is again in England. It's about an hour and a half maybe to Cheddar Gorge, which is a gorge. So it's like cliffs and stuff and swooping roads, and it's unbelievably scenic. Anyway, we got to Cheddar Gorge, gorgeous, gorgeous gorge, and the road was closed. So we had to abandon ship. Me and Jim went there first. Jim was in a G-Wagon and I was, what was I in? An Aston Martin DBX. Lovely cars, nice drive out there. We set off early, but we got there and we couldn't get in, so we couldn't do any videos, which was a pain. So the lads from RevComps got on the phone to all the different people that they know, and we got access to an airstrip. What an experience that was. But because of all the travelling, I was a little bit moody. The behind the scenes for RevComps started as that. So I use 2 drones. One of them is the DJI Avatar 1. With the, you got the little thing and the motion controller and the FPV controller. The FPV controller, I've never actually got it to work because it says there's an error with the twiddlers. And I'm trying to get it to work, and I keep recalibrating it like 10 times and then it might work, which is great, but by that time you've got no battery left because it's already in the sky because you're trying to calibrate it. And it's just a pain, and it's never actually worked for me. But this shoot, I thought I would try one more time, which I've said at every shoot, one more time to try and get this drone to fly as it's made to do, as it's supposed to do. It's the whole point of a drone, to fly with a camera, with a bit of an FPV style. But would it go? Absolutely not. So I calibrated it and it said on the goggles, yes, calibrating complete, brilliant. The little warning sign, gone. It was absolutely perfect. I was so happy because it had actually worked. I was going to fly this drone like I did on the simulator for the first time, chasing after 3 Lamborghini Uruses. I was going to do it. So it lifted up and it went back towards everybody's feet. Everyone got out of the way and then lifted it into the air, hoping that once I get it there, I could hit the brake button, put it into normal mode, and then I'd be able to just drive it, fly it, pilot it, whatever, normally. But it didn't work. I had to, when it lifted up going backwards, I had to then slam it going forwards. I couldn't get it to like slow down, or I couldn't get it to go left or right. I was panicking. This thing was just gonna disappear. So I had to bring it down. I had to land that shit. So I landed it, and the footage cut off just before I landed it. Well, I didn't really land it, I plummeted it into the ground. To be fair, the only thing that happened to it was the battery fell out, which I think is pretty good going really. Cheddar Gorge, Avatar. So I had this idea for the Mini 2. It's been through war, that thing has, not literally, but I've really treated that thing as it should be treated, considering it's a Mini 2. Like, oh, it's had its day, so if I kill it, it's okay, but it never dies. So I had this idea of putting a little selfie stick underneath it. I actually watched somebody else do it once, where they flew the drone in, somebody caught the selfie stick, passed it through a car window, somebody grabbed it through the car, they kept passing it through the car, and then they stuck it onto the back of the window. When the door closed, they stuck it down, so the wobble of the car from the door made it look seamless. So my plan was to pass the drone through the car windows, first car, looking down the airstrip, first car, second car, third car, and then take the drone round the corner to see all the front ends of the cars, and then lift off. And the drone would then follow them. That was the plan. So we'll do the sequence with the Mini.
Yeah.
And then we'll launch the Mini, and then we'll try and then, if your drone is further back than the Mini, we can do a zoom out, and then we use your drone for the aerial footage.
Yeah.
So it's like my Mini. So the cars will lift, the cars will go. The Mini will follow them, and then it will go
back out to the next drone.
To the next drone. So if we try and get the same angles,
if I'm following behind you, then you can come out to that.
I think we need to
load of blasting up and down, chasing each other.
Well, I guess from that sequence it's going to be. So the cars will then go, I guess, in 1, 2, 3, spaced out 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That way, because the drone's going to be watching 1, 2, 3. Like similar to how they are, but wider gap, and then we can then switch to an oncoming car. So another part of the problem was that the drone's going to take off with the selfie stick, which is obviously throws it completely out of balance. It's not like the weight of the selfie stick is at one point. It's coming right down, and when the drone flies, the weight then moves, so it pushes more force on it. So when the drone thinks that it's at the right angle to fly forwards, it's actually gone over angle, which then makes it crash, which is what happened. So 3-0 to the world against me. Cheddar Gorge, strike 1, DJI Avatar, strike 2, DJI Mini, strike 3. So I crashed 2 drones and couldn't get into the first place. The drone lived. It was absolutely fine. Not even a scratch. One blade, changed it, done. Propeller, whatever it's called. So then I thought I will do the catch the drone transition, the same as what I saw before. Looked simple enough. So we'll fly the drone in. Jim runs up to it to try to grab the drone. I don't know how these guys do it, honestly, sometimes. It's incredible. So by the time it came to editing what we'd actually done, it was just basically some drone shots, some rollers, a little bit of B-roll, and some stationary clips. There was nothing ultra special about this one, but it worked. The choice of music, the wind, just all the sound effects that came in to tell the story about these cars, it did work. So just because you might crash all of your drones, drive to somewhere that's closed, and be really pissed off for most of the day, you can still pull out a good video. On to the next one. Well, here's the video. Again, head over to revcomps.com if you're in the UK and you're thinking about buying some raffle tickets for a car site. Some of these cars are absolutely awesome. There's loads of cool like daily cars, and there's loads of estates, there's loads of family cars. But when we get to take these cars out and do a proper shoot with them, it's just incredible. It's incredible to be there, it's incredible to see it all, to drive these cars, to experience everything, and which is why I want to do more of the behind the scenes so you guys can see more of it as well. So the behind the scenes video gets put onto RevComp's YouTube channel, and this is kind of like behind the scenes from my personal point of view to show to my audience. And I enjoy it. So if you want to see some more stuff like this, then let me know. There's a couple of houses that I've done this year as well, which I might do some behind the scenes of with that as well. I could go into more tech stuff about how I shoot these videos, what stuff I use, the cameras, the gear, the microphones, the lighting, and all the other bits and pieces. So let me know if you want me to talk about anything like that. If not, then I'm just gonna chill with what I'm doing anyway, which is uploading a video sometimes. It's Christmas time in the UK, well, and all over the world. So Merry Christmas if you're watching it now. And if you're not watching it now, then don't worry about the Christmas tree and the stuff on the shelf at the back. All my little Christmas decorations. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again soon. Peace.